There's one more thing that I want to emphasize about the culture, the evolution, the growth of a marriage. Because by and large, when it comes to getting engaged and the newlywed time, while there could be a lot more careful, considered, uncompromising attention to what the relationship is like during that time, for the most part, people are careful and intentional and want to put their energy and attention into creating a successful marriage, whatever that means to you, however much intimacy, connection, passion, aligned values, whatever it is that you desire. In the early phases of a relationship, that is something that receives a lot of attention. But if you've been married for a while, you know, after 5 years, after 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, this is of course not true of everyone, but the vast majority of couples, they have withdrawn their attention from their relationship, and often they've withdrawn their attention to their sex life as well. This to me is so sad because attention and intention are essential, and when you bring them wisely to your relationship, the return on the investment for doing so is really magnificent, but it takes courage and it takes disrupting the patterns in how you interact with one another. And quite frankly, very often it also requires someone with objectivity, experience, and who isn't caught up in the stories of what isn't working, which of course is a function that I serve for many couples. But the thing that I really want to say is that when you feel attention diverging from the relationship, when the things that you're thinking about, the things you're speaking about with your spouse are focused on work and parenting and home upkeep, but not the quality of how you're touching one another and a deeper conversation where you can reveal what you're thrilled about, what's really weighing heavily on you, whatever it is that's alive inside you. If you're not sharing those kinds of things, make a point of doing so. And if you're not sure where to begin, again, go to alexandrastockwell.com, and the Work With Me page has a number of different ways that I will support you in doing that. Or you can just read my book, which is filled with suggestions for how to get those conversations going. And there are some conversations that still don't tend to happen. At the time that I'm recording this, my husband and I have been married 27 years, and I've recently had my 55th birthday. And I discovered that there's a way in which women get quieter about their intimate experiences sometime in the mid-40s. Generally speaking, there are always exceptions. And I listened for these things, but there was less to hear as I and my peers got into our mid-40s and beyond. How do you have these conversations that are not happening in our culture, that are not happening in our society, but make such a profound difference in the evolution and quality of the culture of your marriage? Start reading this book and start using new vocabulary. I don't mean vocabulary in a dictionary sense, but new emotional vocabulary, new descriptive vocabulary of what your experience is, what your thoughts are as your body changes, as your partner's body changes, because this belongs in the culture of your marriage as you joyfully and with curiosity grow older together.